Sweaty cat, ladies and gentlemen. Staff still haven't arrived today, so thought I'd do another VR while I'm waiting. Okay, this one is from Matt, the Psycho Stalker, and I've got his questions on the screen over there. Okay, question 1. Name a game you first played in the arcade and you have played ever since on many different systems. I'd have to say Donkey Kong, which shows you how old I am. Yes, I remember Donkey Kong in the arcades and I loved it. And first version I had was on the BBC Micro called Killer Gorilla, which was brilliant. I've had so many different types of it. I think I had a Spectrum version as well. God, what else? A Game Boy version. Then I had the Game Boy version was great because it had the Donkey Kong, and then it had like lots of different puzzles as well. It expanded the story. Finished that game. The Game Boy Donkey Kong. It's not just Donkey Kong. It's a brilliant game. One of the best Game Boy games ever. And then there was a sequel later on the Game Boy Advance. And I've got it on the 3DS, and I've got it on the Wii U as well. And it's also featured in the NES remix on the Wii U as well. So Donkey Kong, played that for all lots of different systems. Favorite game show back in the day, Games Master, because that was the first one, and Dominic Diamond, Double Entendres, excellent. That was very, very funny game, very funny show, and of course it had he had Jan Rignall. What a bloke. Okay, number 3, favorite RPG of all time. I would say I'm into my PC RPGs because I just find them more enjoyable. I'd have to say Ultima 7, the complete edition. Played that a lot when it first came out, and since then I've got the homebrew version, which improves the graphics and makes it fully playable on the Windows machines. And the amount of content in that game and the story is very mature as well. Ultima 7, the Black Gate, and the very, very, very good game. Let's have a look. Favorite Street Fighter 2 characters. I'm afraid I'm not really into the Street Fighter series. The only character I don't know, Bison or Chun-Li, Ken, Ryo, I don't know, mate. I'm not into the Street Fighter games. I can't remember the combos, so it's too hard for me. Okay, favorite 64-bit console. I'm a Nintendo fan, so Nintendo 64, because of all the groundbreaking games from Mario. The launch was brilliant. You had Mario, you had Blast Corps, you had Wave Race, you had the Pilot Wings game, Space Station, Silicon Valley, you had GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. So many brilliant games. Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Kazooie. I could go on and on and on. But yeah, Nintendo 64 was my favourite. I can't wait to get my Retron 5 and the EverDrive cartridge and play them on the big screen. Excellent. So favourite gaming cases. Let's see. I like the old PC games cases you used to get in the 1990s, which were huge, and they'd have a big manual. They'd have to have a cloth map, and can't beat them. Yeah, it'd be like a shopkeeper's nightmare, all the different sizes and shapes of packaging. But they really spent the time in the late 80s and all through the 90s for PCs. PC game cases, the best. Last game I completed, oh dear, what would that be? Probably the latest Ratchet and Clank game, Into the Nexus on the PlayStation 3. Wasn't a very long game, but it was an excellent swan song for Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 3. Of got every single Ratchet and Clank game that's ever been released, even the PSP games, and I can't wait for the PlayStation 4 version, and I hope they bring out a Vita version as well. So, Into the Nexus, last Ratchet and Clank game on the PlayStation 3. Let's have a look. Worst game I've ever owned. Oh dear. Probably. I am an early adopter, so I tend to get all the games when a system's first released, and there's been some pretty bad releases on that. Remember the PlayStation 3 had that Genji game? Oh, attack underneath for massive damage. Remember that game? And Full Auto on the Xbox 360, and Superman Returns on the Xbox 360 as well. That was pretty bad as well. So I would say they're high up there. Most disappointing game I've ever bought. I don't know really. Can't really think of that. Disappointing. Oh yeah, I'd say the Batman game on the Wii U. Just didn't like how it used all the touchpad. It had all the DLC, but I found the controls a bit too loose. Didn't like playing it with the gamepad. So yeah, the Batman Arkham City on the Wii U, I was so looking forward to that. Also, I would say Mass Effect on the Wii U as well. I preferred the other console versions. So yeah, I would say those two games. Worst control pad I've ever used. Oh, Mega Drive. I far preferred the SNES pad. I found it a lot more responsive. I didn't like how the buttons pressed on the Mega Drive pad. Nah, not for me. Didn't like it. Personally, purely personal opinion, but I would say Mega Drive pad. Yeah. Okay, that's that for this round of VRs. I wonder who's next. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers.